Thank you, everyone. Thank you. As most of you know, I always begin a talk with having just a moment to set the intention. So we're going to do a very brief meditation. I invite you to gently close your eyes if you haven't already. And we begin by taking a nice deep conscious breath together. And on the exhale, simply allowing yourself to become fully present. So we set the intention for our time together to be open and receptive and allow inner wisdom to come forward, knowing that every word I speak is spoken from this place of inner wisdom and that it is received by you with an open heart and an open curiosity. So just for a moment, tuning into the frequency of gratitude, grateful for our time together. And then we slowly begin to bring our awareness back into this time and space and gently open our eyes. Thank you. So many years ago, I promised myself that I would never be the person who created a multi-step process. 4 steps to your personal freedom, 3 steps to your best life. So I'm very excited and grateful to share with you this evening my new process, conscious creation, 5 steps to embracing the life of your dreams. So when we think about creating our life and we think about conscious creation, we might think about what we want to achieve in the world, what we want to create for our lives. Maybe we even think of New Year's resolutions, or we think of the law of attraction. Some of us have done vision boards. I'm going to guess there are some people watching right now who have done the vision boards. I remember at one point I was in a workshop and we were doing vision boards, and this is about 20 years ago. And I remember having an intuitive sense to not put anything on the vision board because I wanted it to be a blank canvas. But my mind came in and said, oh no, that's not the way you do a vision board. You're supposed to put all the things you want on the vision board. And so then I thought, I better do it right. And so I started clipping everything out of the magazine, and everyone else was doing it, and I put all the stuff I wanted to manifest on the vision board. You see, I had an insight at that moment that there was something more powerful than the vision board. But my mind came in and said, oh no, you better do it the way other people are doing it. So I decided that I needed to create my life based on what I thought I wanted. And so having been a student of New Thought and in recovery for a long time, a lot of people come to me and ask, how do we create the life of our dreams? And I discovered something really powerful from that story and also from years of working with clients and friends, that most of us believe that we decide what we want and then figure out how to create it or figure out how to manifest it. And going back to that story, everything I put on that vision board actually came to pass. It worked. Oh my gosh, I know how to manifest, finally, because I had spent 20 years trying to learn how to manifest, you see, and I had learned thoughts held in mind create after their kind. That thoughts are causative. That if I change my thinking and change my language and change my perspective, I could manifest the life of my dreams. But what I had the insight about 20 years ago doing that vision board was that there's something much deeper than that. And that is being a blank canvas and listening very carefully to inner wisdom. Creating from a place that's much deeper than any idea that I have about myself. And so I came up with this 5-step process through my years of experience, and from my experience of doing that vision board, getting everything that I wanted on that vision board, and then having the experience of, I just manifested everything on the board, but I don't feel any different. I thought, you see, that if I could just manifest the life of my dreams, I could be happy. And I was around a group of people who were confirming that. As a matter of fact, I was around a group of people that said if you say certain words, the universe will get you. So learn how to use precise language, learn how to control your thinking, learn how to be really clear about what you want, because then you emit that frequency and the world responds. And it was very, very powerful for me, and it was true. But that moment where I manifested everything that I thought was going to make me happy, and I realized it didn't make me any happier or less happy than before I started, hearkened me back to when I had that insight about the blank canvas. And so this acronym that I've created, the 5-step process, I've given it an acronym, and the acronym is MOVIE, M-O-V-I-E. And the basic awareness of the 5-step process is an understanding that we are holding a projector and we're projecting onto a blank screen or a blank canvas. And as Byron Katie says, if there's a piece of lint on the lens, I will see it everywhere. And I will believe that it's on, the lint is on the situation, the job, the relationship. But it's really on my screen. And so rather than creating from our mind, in other words, rather than saying, what do you want to create and how do you hold the thought and use the precise language to manifest it, we're going to have a very different conversation here this evening. We're going to have a conversation about what needs to happen first, what is required first, in order for us to move from a mind-based reality to a place of inner receptivity and openness and curiosity about what our essential beingness has to tell us. So I'm going to go through the 5 steps, and we're going to dive into each of these steps a little more deeply. The first 2 steps are what I call the clearing steps. M, making peace with the past. And O, overcoming core false beliefs. So why do we start with these first 2 steps, and what's the importance of these clearing steps? To me, it's profoundly simple. If I don't make peace with my past, I am literally carrying it with me everywhere. That projector has all of my past stories, my ideas, my memories, and I'm literally projecting them into what is happening in the present moment. So it's less about what's happening, and it's more about how I perceive it through the lens of my past experiences. Let's use a metaphor within a metaphor, if that's okay. So if you are wanting to paint the portrait of your life, if you paint over an old painting, that old painting might seep through. But if you have a blank canvas, then you can paint what you want to create in the here and now without the old paint coming through. So making peace with the past is an important first step, because the clearing of that allows us to be more present in the moment and listen more intently to inner wisdom, which we're going to get to in a moment. O, overcoming core false beliefs. In my experience, we're all carrying around core false beliefs about ourselves and the world, and those core false beliefs actually become a frequency, and that frequency is what we call reality. It creates what we call reality. In other words, if I'm carrying around a belief that I'm not worthy, I will see my unworthiness in every situation. And many of us believe I need to change the situation in order to feel differently about myself or think differently about myself. But the truth is, it's the opposite. So we're going to explore how we overcome some of the core false beliefs that we're holding about ourselves and the frequency that's attached to that, and how as we change that and become clear or live beyond those old stories of lack and limitation, the world starts to change without a lot of effort, because we have changed our point of view and we have shifted the frequency that we are tuned into. V, visioning. So many of us know about visualization, like I said, the vision board. And a lot of times, it's actually not a vision board, by the way, it's a visualization board. And I'm going to share what the difference is. And it's profoundly simple. Visualization is, I'm going to decide what I want to create, and I'm going to hold that as a thought. And because I hold that thought, I'm going to create that in physical reality. And it works, everyone. I want to say it does work. For some of us, though, it works sometimes, and it doesn't work other times. We can be curious about that, but I have actually a different conversation I want to be in with you this evening, and that is, how do we shift from visualization, holding a thought in mind, doing the vision board, manifesting the life of our dreams, changing our thoughts, changing our language. We're going to talk about the difference between visualization and visioning. Visioning is actually the opposite of visualization in many ways. Visioning, after we've made peace with the past and overcome the core false beliefs, we then rest in the silence and listen. Visioning is a dedication to trusting the inner wisdom and a commitment and a decision to listening to that inner wisdom. In other words, we're not creating what we think we want to manifest through our mind. We are clearing away, moving beyond the mind and even beyond the emotions into that place of inner receptivity and asking questions like, what is the highest possibility for my life? So we'll go more deeply into what visioning is. And then I is intention setting. This is where most people start. New Year's resolution. What is my intention? A lot of models are saying, like, how do I get really clear on my intentions and how do I align my actions with those intentions so that I can create what I want? And again, it's a powerful process and can really help a lot of people, and it really helped me in my life. But I realized that if I started with intention setting without making peace with the past, overcoming core false beliefs, and dedicating myself to spending time in the silence, the intentions were very temporary. The intention setting and the actions that came from those intentions that I set were either temporary or for some reason they just didn't happen. For some reason, as hard as I tried to set my intentions and create an action plan from those intentions, they just didn't seem to really manifest. And then the final step is E, embodying the vision. Embodying the vision simply means once I'm very clear about a deeper purpose for my life, a deeper intention, and once I have created specific and measurable intentions, which we will talk more about, then I embody that vision. I hold the frequency of that vision even if I can't see it in physical reality. In other words, it involves a whole lot of trust and a major commitment to trusting that that vision there's a blueprint within me that has a vision for my life that is so much greater than anything I could imagine. And when we come from that deep vision and set intentions from that place of vision and hold that frequency of knowing that it's already done, life then seems to be magic. The greatest paradox for me in this 5-step process is that as soon as I realize I don't need to manifest anything in order to be happy, and I tune into a greater reality, a truth of who and what I already am, the greatest paradox is then everything that I thought I ever wanted starts to manifest, but it's not because I need it to be happy. It's because I recognize that love is who and what I am, peace is who and what I am, joy is my natural state, and as I radiate that into the world, life naturally responds. But more than life responding, I actually can make a different choice. So we're going to be diving more deeply into each of these 5 steps. What I want to say in this moment, though, is this is the culmination of many years of my own journey of really trying to create my reality from my mind and feeling like there must be something more. Is this all there is? I have the house, the car, the partner, the job I love, but I still feel this sense of inner emptiness, this yearning for something more, this desire for love and connection. That's exactly what we're going to be going into more deeply as we explore the 5 steps to embracing the life of your dreams.